So while he's running around, we're going to talk about water fasting and do some yoga. So stretch with me, do your workout with me, get your weights out, whatever you want to do, and just we'll talk and be good to our bodies. So I like to water fast. I'm going to start with my. You are distracting me, dude. I can't even think of the name of my pose. What is this? Butterfly. I'm gonna do my butterfly. Don't hit me, dude. So, water fasting has a lot of benefits. I don't really do it for the weight loss benefit. Maybe just a little bit, just to get a little chubbiness off every now and then, but I'm not trying to lose weight. I do it for spiritual reasons, and those spiritual reasons really drive me. And I'm finding that it also has a lot of health benefits too, so physical benefits instead of just spiritual benefits. Are you going to be in here jumping the whole time? So I like to fast for purification, detoxification, self-control, and self-discipline. It takes a lot of self-discipline to not eat. Introspection, self-awareness. It helps with many acute and chronic health problems, which I will discuss in just a little bit. It helps us lean toward mindful or conscious eating, as well as crave, like food addictions, curb those food cravings. It helps lead to a more conscious and mindful way of living, increasing feelings of well-being, helping find your inner strength or inner power, as I like to call it. It cleanses the soul, obviously, and helps you become aware. You gotta be careful, dude. So, there's a... okay, so we're still talking about the benefits of water fasting. So, some diseases that could benefit from water fasting. Remember, dude, you gotta be quiet. You can jump around, just be quiet. Heart disease. Water fasting helps with heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes, and of course, being overweight. So I'm gonna transition to my diamond pose. So that would be just moving my feet out a little further in front of me, and again leaning forward. So straighten up the back and lean forward. So some chronic health problems that it can help with is improving your digestion. So when you don't eat, it really helps your digestive tract in so many ways, and I've benefited from a lot of these. So it helps with loss of appetite, inflammation of the bowels, which could be like IBS and different things like that, such as gastritis, constipation, and dyspepsia, so upper and lower GI. It also helps with sinusitis, allergies, allergies,
Hello.
skin problems. If you keep talking, you're gonna have to stay in the living room watching your show. Skin problems, diabetes, I think I said diabetes already, migraines, and joint pain. So I have my joints have gotten better. My dyspepsia has gotten a lot better. I used to have really bad stomach issues, and to the point where I was taking promethazine. It didn't feel like nausea. It was just like a knot in the upper part of my stomach, and made me not want to eat, or like all I could eat is things that are super easy to digest, like the rice diet. What is it, like rice? Oh, I can't think of what that acronym stands for now. Anyway, things that are easy to eat is all I could eat. But now that I'm water fasting periodically, I don't have that issue anymore. Maybe once a month it'll pop up, my dyspepsia, but overall I don't have it. I've been cured of it, as well as a lot of other things. My allergies have gotten incredibly better. My skin problems, like breaking out, like acne, that has gotten incredibly better. My skin is so much more hydrated now and just doesn't break out. Some other things, improving immunity, increases mental clarity. Ooh, okay, this is enough of my diamond pose. Alright, now we'll go into the straddle. Okay, so water fasting also removes toxins from your body, and that's like the autophagy, which I will talk about later. Improves vision, delays aging, improves skin texture. Helps you become aware, mindful eating, food addictions. Okay, yeah, that's the stuff I've already talked about. So I want to show you this. Well, when I transition, I'm going to show you my little picture. I have a picture that depicts the benefits, the hourly benefits of water fasting. So even if you just fast for a short amount of time, there are still benefits. So while we're talking about fasting for a short amount of time, I have this little water fast beginner's guide that I like to tell my friends and family about. So the way that makes it really easy to start water fasting is to understand that overnight when you're sleeping, those hours count toward your water fasting. So let's say I sleep 8 hours. That's an 8-hour, well, you can call it a dry fast or a water fast, depending on when you stop eating and drinking water. You just want to make sure that you don't get up in the middle of the night and eat anything. And so that if you just get up in the middle of the night and drink some water, then you can say that that's your water fast, and your body will be benefiting from that. If you stop eating a few hours before bed and don't eat a few hours after you wake up, you can turn that 8-hour water fast into a 10 to 12-hour water fast really easily, and you can maintain those benefits from a water fast just for 12 hours. I like to try to do that on a daily basis or at least a few days a week, to water fast overnight and extend it at the nighttime and the morning. While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and show you this picture because I don't like editing, so I will put this in the description or something like that. But hourly benefits, I'll go ahead and read it to you also. May as well. Okay, I'm going to do my straddle with a side body stretch. And I will read to you the hourly benefits of water fasting. So after 4 to 8 hours, your blood sugar falls. When you don't eat, your blood sugar falls. All food has left the stomach and insulin is no longer produced. After 12 hours, the food consumed has been burned, digestive system goes to sleep, and the body begins the healing process. HGH begins to increase and glucagon is released to balance the blood sugars. So that's after 12 hours. After 14 hours, the body has converted to using stored fat as energy, and that would be the ketosis part. So according to this, and everybody is different as far as when your body goes into a state of ketosis. So according to this, the around 14 hours is when you start to, your body starts converting from using like sugars for energy to using fats for energy. So that's the ketosis part of this. So you're burning your fat to use as energy. Okay, I'm gonna go into my one-legged stretches now. I hope you're exercising with me, not just listening to me talk. So at 16 hours, the body is ramping up fat burning. So basically you just, the ketosis hits kind of like a peak. The HGH starts to skyrocket after 18 hours, and then after 24 hours is when the autophagy begins. So that would be another big benefit to water fasting, is this idea of autophagy. And the autophagy is when when your cells start to use their trash, per se, their waste, for energy. So they start burning the waste to give you energy. So normally you'd be eating and your food would be your energy, but when you're not eating, the autophagy begins eventually, and your body starts burning fat as well as the trash, the waste in your body. So that waste leads to inflammation. The sugars lead to inflammation. Inflammation is probably the biggest cause of any disease. So fighting that inflammation using the autophagy and ketosis is the reason that we have so many benefits from fasting. So this little thing says that at 24 hours, the autophagy begins, drains all glycogen stores. So your glycogen stores have been used up, and that's when the autophagy begins, and the ketosis goes into overdrive. And so the ketones are released into the bloodstream. At 36 hours, the autophagy increases by 300%. And then at honey?
Trying to find the marble.
Shh. If you talk, you're going to have to not be in here. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After 48 hours, the autophagy increases by another 30%. The immune system, it says that it resets and regeneration starts. And then increased reduction in inflammation response. The whole time you're increasing the reduction of your inflammatory responses. And according to this, at 72 hours, your autophagy maxes out. So your body can't just always keep burning all this trash. Eventually, the trash burning stops because your body focuses more on the ketosis aspect rather than the autophagy. So there's your hourly benefits. The way I like to water fast is I'll just do it like once a week. Some of my water fast friends like to fast for maybe a week at a time. And there are people who like to water fast for like a whole month or like 40 days or something like that. And that takes a lot of self-discipline. Personally, I've never been able to go more than maybe 5 days on my water fast. It's very difficult, and I have to stay out of the kitchen. When I get my hunger pains, I just drink my water, and they typically go away. Some people have some ideas, like I think maybe using some salt water, swishing salt water around in your mouth helps. I'm not really sure. I don't ever really try that one for my hunger pains anyway. But just drinking the water and then kind of going on about my day and doing the things that honey? No, we're not talking right now. I will talk to you later. You're fine. Forgot what I was saying. So I water fast like 1 day a week or so. I also like to juice fast in there. And as I'm doing all these water fasts and juice fasts, I am noticing my body is kind of just on its own craving healthier foods, craving less sugars. So that's really good. That's a really easy way for me to begin eating healthier, because then I don't have to force myself. I just allow the side effects of the lack of eating to encourage my body to tell me to eat those apples and grapes and avocados. Because when I'm craving sugars, I am definitely not craving fruits or vegetables. Do you?
Huh?
You crave those donuts?
Well, I like donuts, but
I like donuts.
I was gonna bring those donuts with.
Do you want to do some yoga with me?
No.
I know. You'll only do the tree pose with me, huh?
Yeah, that's because I like tree pokes.
Yeah, I know. So what else can I talk about with water fasting?
Well, I don't. Well, when it's water day, when it's splash day, I am.
Oh, that's a little too much twist on my back there.
Can I jump all the way over there?
Okay.
1, 2.
Good job.
Is that good? Is that funny?
Mm-hmm.
How did I do that? How
don't know.
did I do that?
Oh, I can tell you about the types of water. So there are some, like if you're going to be doing a really long fast, like 40 days, you probably do want a certain type of water, like maybe distilled or some water that, is just more filtered. But for my fast, I don't really worry about the idea of it being super filtered. Well, I guess I do, because I have a filter and it takes out like the fluoride and other metals. So I like to drink my anti-fluoride water when I'm doing my fasts. Dude, no, that's not okay. You almost hit me with that.
Oh.
That's not cool. So I just wouldn't worry about the quality of your water.
Shiny. Purple crystal.
Unless you're really going to do a long fast. So if you're
I
just
have to pay my sword.
doing 12-hour fasts every now and then, don't worry so much about the quality of your water. Just the regular tap water will give you all these same benefits.
Shiny.
I think in America we get a little too caught up in the quality of the water and forget that we have just our tap water is such an incredibly filtered water. But we have so much of it, we end up just taking it for granted. When I water fast, I try to not go out. Maybe like the first day or the first 12 hours that I water fast, I try to not be outside so much. Well, not outside per se, but
Oscar.
I try to
Oh.
not be at fast food restaurants, not be at any restaurant, not even be driving down the street where there are restaurants, because it just makes it so much harder. When I really get hungry, I can't talk about food. Okay, come on, go on. I can't talk about food, I can't think about food, definitely can't smell the food.
Oscar, that way.
Because it just
That
makes
way.
me crave it that
Come
much
on,
more.
Oscar.
And once I can
Come on, this
stop smelling the food and thinking about it, and I can just go on with my regular day doing the things that I want to do, it makes it a lot easier to not focus on my hunger pains in association with my fasting. as far as the hunger pains and fasting, everyone responds differently. Like I said, every body is completely different. And if you are someone who eats a lot of sugar or simple carbohydrates, you will probably have more maybe intense cravings. And then like once you kind of start eating a healthier diet, your cravings won't be as intense. But that's just kind of a general rule of thumb. Everyone is completely different. Sometimes even when I fast, my fasts are completely different and unpredictable. Sometimes when I fast, I will get really emotional, and I look at that as like an emotional detox. I'll get cold and shaky and not really want to go anywhere, and it's okay to experience that. That's just part of the detox symptoms. There's a lot of weird symptoms associated with water fasting and spiritual detoxing in general. A lot of weird symptoms, and you just kind of have to relax into the symptoms. Okay, go on. You can't be right in front of the camera, not with your butt in front of the camera, dude. Get your butt out of the camera. So you just kind of have to allow those feelings to just be with you. I mean, if your body is telling you to come out of the fast, if your body is saying, this is too much, if you really need to come out of it, please just come out of the fast. You can try again tomorrow or next week or next month. It's not something that you have to perfect the first time you do it. It's just like anything else when you first start. You have to take your time and get into it slowly. You have to really have some kind of motivating factor to really not eat. So if any of those benefits... You're not talking right now, honey.
Hey.
What did I say?
Well,
You're fine, dude.
Oscar's outside.
Cool beans. If you talk, you're going to have to stay in the living room.
That's new.
What was I saying? A lot of weird benefits come out of the fast if your body tells you it's too much. Please come out of the fast. There is no reason to push yourself if you don't want it. Okay, so only if you want it. If those symptoms if those benefits that I was telling you in the beginning of the video, if those resonate with you to the point where you want to start trying it, definitely give it a try. Just don't beat yourself up if you can only go 2 hours in the morning or 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour at night. If you just get in small fasts, I think that's the best way to start incorporating really weird, outlandish things like water fasting, things that the mainstream doesn't really teach us about. So just start slow, don't push yourself. Some people, like if they have like a really debilitating or disease or like a very poor prognosis, that would be a really good motivator. Like cancer would definitely motivate me to water fast. I would be water fasting for a whole week. I'd be juice fasting like a crazy person if I had a deadly prognosis. Honey, shush. Please. Shh. Thank you. So, just don't push yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Okay. Well, you want to say bye? I think I'm done doing my yoga for now.
Who are you talking to?
My tablet.
Were you talking to Athena?
No. Alright, come say bye, dude. Bye.
Bye.
Say peace out. Can you do this? Can you throw up your peace sign? Peace out, homies. Nice, just put your thumb down. Peace. Say
Bye.
peace.
Peace.